It is Monday, 9th day of June 2025. Welcome to the Lord Aboga TV newspaper review. Straight away we start by the Standard, where the main headline reads, "Killed by police." The Standard goes ahead and writes, "Police gave a laughable explanation in a fruitless cover-up after a youth Kenyan died in their hands hours after arresting him in Homa Bay and transporting him to Nairobi. As inconsistencies emerged between their statement and witnesses' recounts, the reason for arrest said to be an insinuating tweet against their boss revealed a growing pattern that points to existence of a bloodthirst unit ready to kill for the state in a continuing freeze of abuse of Kenyans who will save Kenyans." This is a person who was arrested 400 kilometers away. He was arrested in Homa Bay, transported to Nairobi. The big question is, are there no police stations in Homa Bay? Are there no courts in Homa Bay whereby a person can be arrested in Homa Bay and transported 400 kilometers just to come and brutally murdered in police cells in Nairobi? That is a sad state of affairs. And I think the police are now fully back onto their killing ways, onto their illegal detentions, onto their end of life. It is the police's main responsibility to protect life and property. It is unfortunate and saddening that the very policemen and women who are supposed to protect life and property are the ones who are ending lives. Sad state of affairs. Some things are just but saddening.
Jina langu ni Ojwang Ofio. Natoka eneo la Homa Bay County, Kabondo Kasipul Sub County. Village yangu ni Kakot. Location ni Kokwani. Kufikia jana mchana mwendo wa saa 7, baada ya kufanya kazi ya shamba asubuhi na familia yangu, kijana wangu ametengeneza shamba la mboga hapo chini ya boma. Yeye alikuwa anashughulika na mboga yake, na mimi nashughulika na mambo ya kupalilia mahindi. Baadaye tulirudi nyumbani, akaniambia anataka kuenda kuchukua miti kuja kupanda Ringa. Nikampatia pikipiki kuenda Ringa na kurudi, akaniambia kwamba amerudi na mama yake akatukaribisha na chakula. Wakati tunakula, mimi na baba yake mdogo tulikuwa tuko kwa nyumba, yeye na mke wake pamoja na mtoto wake na mama yake walikuwa wanakula nje na watoto wengine wa ndugu yangu. Nikasikia sauti ya pikipiki inakuja hapo kwenye boma. Nikatoka ndani ya nyumba ili nilaki wageni ambao wamekuja kwangu, maana ni kawaida yangu wageni wakija mpaka wakaribishe. Walipoingia na pikipiki zilikuja 3. Pikipiki 2 zilikuja kwa nyuma ya boma, moja ilikuja kwa mbele ya boma. Hizo pikipiki zilikuwa zimebeba watu 2 kila pikipiki. Walipofika nikawaambia karibuni, hapa ni kwangu. Wakajitambulisha kwao, wao ni maafisa wa polisi. Mmoja anaitwa Sigei, mwingine nimemsahau jina lake, ni mtu wa kutoka Ugenya. Na wakajitambulisha hivyo mpaka wakamalizika. Na wengine wa kutoka Mawego walikuwa wamechanganyikana. Sasa wakasema umekuja huyo kijana wako ambaye ameketi hapo chini ya jiwe, maana walikuwa wamekaa kwa jiwe hapo nje ya nyumba wanakula mboga. hata hiyo mboga hakula ya kutosha. Hata wakawa wanacheka hapo nje kwamba kwani tumekuja na pingu, mtu hawezi kula. Hakula. Wakamchukua wakamweka pingu. Nikauliza kwani amekosea nini? Wao wakasema ya kwamba kuna boss wake, kijana wangu amemtusi vibaya sana katika Twitter, walitamka X. Sasa nikauliza ni boss gani? Wakasema huyo bwana Sogei. Akaniambia kwamba mzee, usiongee maneno mengi, wewe tufate police station Mawego. Nikashika njia, maana wamemweka katikati, mmoja mbele mmoja nyuma, yeye amekaa katikati. Mimi nikachukua pikipiki pamoja na kaka yangu yule ambao tulikuwa tunakula pamoja, hata sikuosha mikono. Tukashika njia, hata kuko kula sikumaliza kula, tukafuata huko Mawego. Tulipofika huko tukapata Madam Moses pamoja na wao akiwa anahojiwa hapo.
Let me just read you through what the police initial statement, how it read. Clarification on the death of Albert Omondi Ojwang. The National Police Service has noted reports circulating on social media regarding death of a suspect allegedly in custody at Central Police Station, Nairobi. National Police Service confirms that Albert Omondi Ojwang was lawfully arrested by DCI detectives for false publication and placed in custody. While in custody, the suspect sustained head injuries after hitting his head against the cell wall. Police officers on duty promptly noticed the injury and rushed him to Mbagathi Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. In line with statutory requirement, the Independent Policing Oversight Authority has launched an investigation into the incident. National Police Service reaffirms its commitment upholding constitutional standards of human rights and fundamental freedoms. That is Mushiri Nyaga, Director Corporate Communication, spokesperson, National Police Service. That is Mushiri Nyaga, who is a police officer, indicating and affirming how IPOA is going to deal with that issue. Do you get the inconsistencies there? How is the National Police Service spokesperson well versed with IPOA procedures and investigation purposes? A big question there. And we will be bringing you updates onto the same. Straight away we move onto the Daily Nation, whereby the main headline reads, Ruto hits 1,000 days. President William Samoei Ruto has exactly served as President of the Republic of Kenya for 1,000 days. Economy, the GDP growth. Kenya's GDP grew by 4.8% in 2022 and dropped to 4.7% in 2024. Inflation was 7.6% in 2022, 7.7% in 2023. As of May 2025, inflation had decreased to 3.8%. Shilling exchange rates. The shilling exchange rate was 120.3706 in September 2022, and by June 5th, 2025, the rate was 129.22. Universal health coverage, 8,571 universal health coverage workers hired by the Ministry of Health in 2020. They earned a salary of 50,000 Kenya shillings monthly. 22 million of Kenyans who had registered for SHA by May 13th, 2025. 1.2 million have had their bills paid, with claims amounting to 45 billion Kenya shillings. Public debt, Kenya shillings 11.35 trillion. Kenya's total public debt was 8.7 trillion in 2022. As of May 2025, it had grown to 11.35 trillion Kenya shillings. It is the very President William Samoei Ruto, when he was campaigning in 2022, was reaffirming to Kenyans that he is not going to borrow anymore to increase the tax burden to the people of Kenya. It's unfortunate, 1,000 days into office, he has borrowed more than 3 trillion Kenya shillings. The Daily Nation goes ahead and writes, President Ruto rode to power on lofty promises, projecting himself as the champion of the majority poor. But an assessment of his midterm record exposes missed targets and a nation in crisis, as demonstrated by rising public discontent that boiled over last year's during bloody nationwide anti-tax riots. Just some brief funding on education. The year 2021-2022, primary education received 18.2 billion Kenya shillings. Secondary education received 71.9 billion Kenya shillings. In 2022-2023, primary education received a funding of 21.12 billion Kenya shillings. Secondary education received an increase to 92.79 billion Kenya shillings. In 2023-2024 financial year, primary education funding reduced to 19.01 billion Kenya shillings. Secondary education funding reduced to 67.88 billion shillings. That is quite unfortunate status. I believe that education funding is supposed to go high and high for the Kenyan kid to have quality and reasonable education. I think, up to my opinion, President William Samoei Ruto has really performed below target. That is the clear situation on the ground. And I think most Kenyans will agree with me onto this. Up to that, we don't have much onto our newspaper review. For these and many more, subscribe onto our YouTube channel at Lord Aboga TV. Remember to press the notification bell so that when you come up with these interesting political and governance content, YouTube will automatically notify you. Till next time, goodbye.